Welcome back to the show. So listen, many of us are trying to be more intentional about who we support with our money. And when it comes to food, there are so many indigenous ingredients that we can purchase and incorporate into our everyday cooking.
Here with recipes featuring products from Indigenous-owned businesses is chef and culinary consultant Jenny Lessard. So nice to see you, Jenny.
Hi, it makes me kind of teary to see the products in your studio. Some of these companies I've been working with for many years, so it's like my friends are in front of you.
Oh,
It's great to have you back on the show to tell us about these products. So what are you going to be highlighting today?
Well, first I'll just tell you where I am. I'm on Treaty 4 territory in the homeland of the Métis. I'm a citizen of the Métis Nation of Saskatchewan, and my kitchen's right in the Qu'Appelle Valley in Saskatchewan near Regina. Just to set the stage, I'm going to be highlighting ingredients from several different Indigenous companies. And when you purchase products from Indigenous owned and operated companies, you're directly responding to Canada's TRC Committee's recommendations to support Indigenous creators and producers. So we're going to be cooking with coffee from BC, the roasting, not the beans, are from BC, from Spirit Bear Coffee. We'll be using maple syrup from New Brunswick, Boreal Heartland tea from Saskatchewan, and wild rice also from Saskatchewan.
okay. I love this. I'm smelling something in front of me, which is where we're going to start. It's a warm beverage. A lot of people drinking teas, especially now over the winter coming in. And you're using a type of tea I've actually never heard of before. It's called Labrador tea. What is that?
Yeah, it grows in the boreal forest where I grew up, actually, in northern Saskatchewan. So where you'll find blueberries, kind of in boggy, marshy areas. There I am harvesting Labrador tea with my sister. It has kind of a rusty underleaf. It's very high in vitamin C. So with a meat-heavy diet, or if you're not getting a lot of fruit and vegetables, it really offsets that and adds some vitamin C into your life. There it's mixed with goldenrod and nettle. So that's a product from Boreal Heartland in Saskatchewan.
So tell us a little bit more about Boreal Heartland. It's the company that you're choosing to spotlight. Why do you love it so much?
Well, I'm going to take a deep breath. Boreal Heartland is a non-timber forest product economic development agency. So they put calls out to communities all over northern Saskatchewan for wild rice, morel, chanterelle mushrooms, fireweed, berries. And then the Indigenous harvesters go out and harvest those ingredients that they've been picking for thousands of years using proper protocols. And then Boreal Heartland goes and picks up the ingredients and processes them in their CFAA certified facility in La Ronge. And now their teas are available kind of across Canada. So it's super exciting. The plants that I grew up with are now available to other people in other parts of Canada.
Oh, we love that. Okay, let's dive into this bevy because you have used the Boreal Heartland Labrador tea in a twist on a hot apple cider. We're going to give it a taste while you tell us how you made it.
Okay, I just took some unsweetened apple juice, a cinnamon stick, some ginger, a little bit of lemon juice, and then I sweetened it with maple syrup from Wabanaki Maple Syrup Company, and they're from the Tobique First Nation in New Brunswick.
It's
And
delicious.
do you love it? I brewed
yes.
the Labrador tea separately. You don't want to boil Labrador tea. You just want to steep it. So I steeped it separately in a cup of boiling water and then added it into the cider. I'm going to take a sip too.
It's so good. It's actually not a good idea to have this during live TV because I just want to get into a blanket
Yes.
and curl up right now. See you later.
It's the kind of drink it is beautiful, beautiful.
You know what this would go really well with is cinnamon buns. It's a comfort food for so many people, but you put a different twist on yours. You use coffee and cereal. So tell us about the coffee that you like to use in this recipe.
Okay, first I'm just going to take these out of the oven here.
Oh, wow. I love the reveal. There we go.
Oh, my
There
God.
Coming
Just
through.
throw them through the TV, Jenny. Just throw them through the TV. We got it.
Okay. I use coffee from Spirit Bear Coffee in Port Coquitlam, BC. And this morning I brewed up a pot of their Orca blend. So when you purchase their Orca or their Dolphin blends, all their coffees are named after animals. They donate a portion of those proceeds to the Ocean Alliance, which goes towards protecting whales and other and the ocean environments through research. And what I do is, I don't want to waste any coffee that's hand-picked, oftentimes by Indigenous peoples all over the world. So I save any coffee that's left in my pot after my morning coffee, save it in mason jars throughout the week, and then I make a simple syrup with that coffee and add it to cream cheese, butter, and icing sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of vanilla. You just do it in your blender. So it's a coffee cream cheese glaze, and it's very coffee-y. It's not just a hint. You could do decaf. The Dolphin blend is decaf, but I just love, so in the morning, I usually have the frog blend.
So cute.
Basically, I love the artwork on it. It makes me feel lively and happy, but this was made with the Orca blend. Should I pour some on the cinnamon buns here?
Oh boy, now you're just teasing us.
Yeah.
See,
I mean, I could just drink this with a spoon too.
wow. That's next level amazingness.
That looks so
How quickly,
good.
listen, how quickly can you ship those from Saskatchewan to Ontario?
I can have them to you by tomorrow afternoon.
I'm only half joking,
And
not
that's
joking.
the beauty
Oh,
about all these
wow.
products is you can buy almost all these products online. I can get the maple syrup from a specialty shop here in Saskatchewan, but there's really no excuse not to support these companies. You could just type in your website. You'll probably have the links up later, and you can order it and have it to your house within days.
Okay, we're running out of time, but you still have amazing food to show us. So we're gonna next
I
tackle
do.
pancakes using wild rice. We're gonna get to that recipe in a second, but talk to us about the specific wild rice that you have chosen.
I've chosen broken wild rice from NWC Wild Rice Company in Northwest Saskatchewan. So many directions going on here. And broken rice is a way to save the rice that is no longer grade A after it's been processed at the facility. So if I'm just going to be grinding it up in my coffee grinder like I did to make the wild rice flour for the pancakes, I don't need perfect pieces of rice, do I? So that's what I do. I use their broken rice and I grind it in the coffee grinder.
Yeah. Okay. So it's show and tell time because you're going to show while you tell us how the pancakes come together.
Okay. I tend to be a bit of a messy cook. So I was creating this recipe for the Children's Hospital in Saskatoon as part of a project called Nourish. And I made a huge mess. So use a squeeze bottle, right?
Brilliant.
And
Okay.
the reason it's so dark is not just from the wild rice. I added cocoa powder. When you use wild rice flour, it sometimes tends to go a little bit bluish gray when it's browned up. And I thought the kids probably won't want to eat blue-gray pancakes, but they'll eat cocoa-y ones.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little bit of cocoa powder. You could do a 100% wild rice flour and have it be gluten-free too. But I added
you're
a
just
little bit
making
of
little
flour just
tiny
for
ones.
fluffiness.
You're just
I'm
doing
making
tiny ones.
silver dollar pancakes because that's what I felt like eating today. You can do them regular size. You can omit the sugar and vanilla and use them as like a blini, like little appetizer pancake for your holiday parties.
Oh,
Can
wow.
we see what they look like with the finished version?
You can. Let me do a little switcheroo here. So these are just cooking up in the pan. And this is my finished stack of silver dollar wild rice pancakes.
So good. And how do you like to serve them? How do you finish them?
Oh my goodness, just with maple syrup. I love this company, NWC, because they're actually 100% Indigenous owned and operated Cree, Métis, and Dene wild rice harvesters.
Oh my gosh.
Look at
you're
that.
just lovely.
So good.
I'm actually going to eat this whole stack, so don't worry. They're not going
You
to
know
go
what?
to waste.
Like I said, we wish we were next door because we'd be over there in a hot second. Jenny, you have inspired so many great recipe and even potentially holiday gift ideas. So thanks for joining us from out west. We really, really loved having you here.
Thanks for having me, and I'll get those cinnamon buns in the mail.
Look at me. I know. Hey, everybody, if you're saying we want more information on all of these great Indigenous-owned companies, don't you worry. We do have all of that information and Jenny's recipes on our social media pages right after the show. So please do yourself a favor and go there. We'll be right back right after this. Thanks, Jenny.
Thanks.